What's going on, everyone? Hypershatic46 coming at you here with another, well, I wouldn't say dueling lesson, more like dueling update. So if you watch my last video on Fusion Monsters, you find out that oh god, I was turning a little British there for a second. You find out that I traded a couple of my cards for some new ones, one of which being Volcasaurus. And if you didn't see that, well, then what are you still doing here? Go watch that first. I mean, I talk about some pretty important, interesting stuff. Anyway, so yeah, these are some. Buster Blader isn't new, but he's my favorite in my entire deck, so I just decided to keep him here. But yeah, I got some new cards. Well, for helping me with Cyber Dragon. So yeah. Oh god, that's not a new card. Wait a minute. What happened? Okay, there it is. So here are my new good cards. So I already had a Cyber Dragon, but I decided to include this in because I got another Cyber Dragon polymerization today, along with Cyber Twin Dragon. By the time you guys probably see this, it'll be a couple of days after I got these. So, whereas on the day that I'm filming this, I got the cards on this day, the time you guys probably see this, it will be a couple days after I got these cards. So, by then, they'll probably be broken into my deck. But I got Cyber Twin Dragon, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, Cyber Dragon Nova, and of course I love my favorite Buster Blader, I just had to include him in the video. I also got the Dark Magician. Now this one, pretty interesting. I'm really thinking of. I was gonna buy a limited edition one off of Amazon, so that way I could, make my deck better. But now that I got this one, I'm still gonna buy one off of Amazon, the limited edition. But I'm actually thinking about giving this one to my little brother. It'll make him happy. He's in that phase where he's not really interested on structuring his deck right. He's more interested about getting cards from the anime series. So like he's got Blue Eyes White Dragon in his deck. He's the ones that are mostly seen in the show. Like he sometimes does ask me for Buster Blader, but now if he finds out I have Dark Magician, now I know he's gonna be bothering me about trying to get that into his deck. But little does he know that I'm going to be buying one soon, and I'll just sneak this in. So for a while, I'll just hide it where he won't find it, and I'll just sneak it into his deck, and then the next time he goes to duel me, he'll be, wow, look at me, I got a Dark Magician. I'll be like, yep, so do I. But yeah, these are some pretty good cards. These two are these five right here basically go hand in hand with each other. This one I need two level 5 machines. I wonder who those two level 5 machines could be. Real quick, just something to rant real quick. Sorry, I don't mean to rant a hell of a lot, but Cyber Dragon, I don't get it. Why isn't he a dragon type? It says freaking dragon in his freaking name. You would expect him to be a dragon type, but no, he's only just a machine and an effect monster. It's ridiculous. Come on, people. Come on. You gave him the name dragon. Make him a dragon. I mean, there's some things, in some ways I don't complain about that too much, but then when I look at the schematics of it, come on. If you call something something, then make it that something. It's not going to be the same if I have 3 roses and then decided to put them all together and then call it something completely different, like call it chocolate or something. Sorry, but that's enough of my rant. I really shouldn't rant about it. It is a good card game. These cards are really good together. But like I said, that was just a little rant. I had to get that out of my system. So, yep, joyous day. That's probably going to be the title of my video. Oh, joyous day. Oh, joyous day. I got some pretty sweet cards out of this. Now, if I think about it, I'm probably going to trade a couple cards tomorrow. But, yeah. So these are some cool cards I got. If I can get my brother's deck. because I got him a couple new cards as well. Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't just thinking about myself. I had to get him something as well. I kind of made the mistake of this because he had a zombie type monster in his deck. Even though I do try to help him structure his deck around warriors. He had a zombie type, and I decided to trade that to one of my friends. I won't say anyone's name unless they give me consent to. But in return, I got Thousand Dragon, and now I look back on it, I realized I was being too jumpy at, oh cool, now my brother gets a fusion monster just like I do. Little did I realize, oh wait a minute, he doesn't have Time Wizard, he doesn't have a polymerization like I do, and he doesn't have Baby Dragon. So then I'm like, oh, well, I just went from one pointless trade. I just went from one pointless card to another pointless card, except the last pointless card he had, he could use. So I gotta be on the lookout for polymerization, another polymerization, a Time Wizard, and a Baby Dragon for him. But yeah, let me see here. What other new cards I get him? I know I got him a couple more. Oh yeah, like I said, he is into like character cards. I got him a Red Eyes Toon Dragon. Actually, that one I got like during the summer. I went to the mall with a couple friends, and it's a funny story. It'll be a real quick story, but funny story. A friend of mine, we went to the mall just to hang out. We were doing, and I'm trying to remember what the store's name was, but anyway, we walk into the store, and we're taking a look around, and he happens to find that there were only 2 Yu-Gi-Oh packs, like little mini packs left in the entire store, and that was it. And they costed about, I believe it was like $4 a pack, which was a pretty good price. So seeing as though we both had money on us, we both bought the cards and went to the checkout line. We're so hyped to get them. And one thing we didn't realize was that after the cards had gotten checked out, they were both put into the same bag. So our cards got mixed up. Well, our card packs got mixed up. So basically what I decided to do, when we got out of the store, I decided to take both packs out, hold them up in the air, took a look at my friend. I'm like, all right. So here's how we're going to do this. I'll let you choose first. You can choose the pack on the right, or you can choose the pack on the left. And then I'll take whatever is left here. So he decided to take the one on the left. I mean, come on, people. Common sense. Always take the right one, because right is always right. I mean, come on. That's common knowledge here. But, yeah, so he chose the pack on the left. I chose the pack on the right. So after opening our packs and taking a look or whatever, I come across this. Yeah, I come across Red Eyes Toon Dragon, and I flip out because I knew I had seen something at the time that Toon Buster Blader and Toon Red Eyes were the newest Toon cards to be printed out into the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game. So when I saw this bad boy, I flipped out. I freaking took a victory lap. Like, I took a victory lap around where we were. Like, I ran into Macy's. I ran around. I went and took a victory piss as well. I went to the bathroom, and I peed like a champion. Reference to Sims 4, by the way. But when I came back, I showed him. I'm like, dude, do you know how bad you just screwed everyone up? I was able to get my hands on this. But then at the time, I still only had one deck. And that one deck had Blue Eyes in it. So then I'm thinking, I'm like, I wonder at this point. I'm like, for what reason would I need both a Blue Eyes and a Red Eyes? I'm like, it seems rather pointless. I mean, even then, because one's a Toon monster and the other's a normal. So it didn't seem like it would be a very good pair to put both of them in the same deck. So I'm like, you know what? My brother does kind of like to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! He does like to see my cards. So you know what? When I get home, I'm gonna give him this card. Either that or I'm gonna give him Blue Eyes. So long story short, when I came home, I gave him Red Eyes and I gave him a couple of my other cards from my deck that I didn't really use. So fast forward a couple weeks later, I end up getting a lot more cards, and so then I was able to make 2 different decks. The blue one's my deck, as you all know if you watch my videos, and the red deck is my brother's deck. You know if you watch my videos. But Yeah, so that's the story of Red Eyes. And then afterwards, when I realized I had Buster Blader still on my deck, it kind of defeated the purpose of having any sort of like dragon type monsters in my deck because Buster Blader's effect was supposed to work against dragons. So at that point, I'm like, well, that makes the likes of having Blue Eyes in my deck pointless. So I'm like, you know what, Caleb? Here, take my Blue Eyes. You know what? Here, I don't need it in my deck. I have Buster Blader. You need strong. You always said you wanted strong monsters, so here you go. You get both Blue Eyes and you get Red Eyes. So yeah, he was pretty happy about it. It was really fun. It was really nice to see his face just like light up with so much happiness and joy after I gave him that card. But he likes to use those two cards a lot. It's really nice to see, to see how you help someone out and see how much joy you can give someone just by giving them something that you really don't really like need anymore. Like, I'm sorry, I may sound like my voice is cracking, but no, I'm just trying to make sure trying to hold the camera steady. I'm looking down at my phone and it's like bending my neck, doing a number on my voice. But yeah, it feels good to know that whenever that you're able to bring joy to someone by giving them something you don't really use anymore. I didn't really use Blue Eyes much after I got Buster Blader. Now when I got Red Eyes Toon Dragon, I'm like, well, at this point it really kind of defeats the purpose. So I'm like, here you can have them. Yeah, and like I said, I've been trying to help structure his deck, but now that he's got a couple more cards, I think I may have to help restructure his deck from warriors to dragons because he has like quite a couple dragons. Not to mention he has his own synchro monster. Ooh boy, let me edit that. He has his own little synchro monster. Now I haven't been able to truly teach him how to XC summon because for him it's a little complicated. I mean, it'd be easier to explain. Like he knows how to synchro summon, but only because he has the likes of Junk Warrior, where it kind of helped out. Well, I mean, he does have one Xyz monster, Aegeon, or I think that's how you pronounce it, Aegeon or Aegeon, the Sea Castrum, which requires two level 4s. I mean, two level 8s. Sorry, but yeah, that requires Blue Eyes and another card that's in this deck. I'll get to that soon. But yeah, he has Dragon Pulse. Phonon Pulse Dragon. That's a synchro. Well, it's a synchro and it's also a tuner monster. Now that's interesting. That's the first time I think I've ever seen that on a synchro card, where it's a synchro monster and a tuner monster. You can use it to also synchro summon. Oh wow, that's actually pretty neat. I think he might actually try that at some point. But yeah, I also got him. I do believe I got him a Call of the Haunted, I believe. Either that or it was something completely different. Hold on. Let me look. Now you guys get to look at my sweet cards. Here it is. Yep, got him a Call of the Haunted. This one's I believe it's a rare considering the word itself is not like ink. I believe it's pronounced holographic. I think that's how it's foiled, I believe. So yeah, it's a pretty good card, pretty good. I used to have a call. My friend, when I first was getting back into dueling, my friend decided it would be a funny joke to to try to cheat me out of a freaking good card. Like now, I'm sure you guys have already seen that I have 2 Monster Reborns in my deck. Yeah, that's no sudden surprise. However, it was like that from the start, but it wasn't always like that. Because I did start out with 2 Monster Reborns, but then my friend decided to come to me and say, hey, I think I have a better card that functions like Monster Reborn. It's like Monster Reborn, but it functions better. I'm like, really? I'm like, cool, let me see. He was like, alright. Showed me Call of the Haunted. And me, of course, I wasn't as good as dueling at the time. Like I said, I was still getting back into the flow of dueling. So of course I didn't really know, and I didn't think to read the card effects. So of course right off there, I'm like, well, what did you want? What do you want for Call of the Haunted? He's like, well, I noticed you have two Monster Reborns. Are you willing to, trade one of those for a Call of the Haunted? I'm like, sure. So like I said, I gave him Monster Reborn. He gave me Call of the Haunted. Now let's fast forward. Let's say about 5 months later. So this is about the time where I finally got back into dueling again. I understand the rules. I understand the card effects. And I start thinking, like, this was in, like, the middle of free time, like, in school. Because we mostly duel in school. But this is in the middle of school, like, at lunch, I believe. And I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at my cards, and I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm looking at Monster Reborn, and I'm looking at Call of the Haunted, and I'm reading their effects, and it's going through my head, cycling, like, over and over, and I come to the assumption, I'm like, oh crap, I just got cheated out of a freaking Monster Reborn. I'm like, I brought it back to him. I'm like, dude, you know damn well you don't cheat someone out like that. He's like, it's about time you figured it out. Jesus Christ. So anyway, I was able to get my Monster Reborn back, and I gave him back his freaking Call of the Haunted. Yeah, if you're watching this, you know who you are, and you know how badly that's messed up. I mean, granted, I sometimes do funny stuff like that to my brother. Like I may trade a card with him that I know will work well with me, but if I might trade him a card that doesn't really work well with me, and I just like give it to him and he'll take it. But I mean, I do tend to get him some good cards. I do tend to get him some really good cards. I mean, I'm not entirely evil. I'm just mischievous at times. There's a difference. If you don't know the differences, just look it up or something. I don't know. But yep, I think that's all the little funny dueling stories, if you want to call them funny. Yeah, that Monster Reborn crap, that was not funny. I was losing duels left and right because of that. Also, I decided to get this for my brother. Yeah, Dark Hole. If you're a duelist, you know that this is one of the most trolliest cards in the history of dueling, only because anyone could pull it out on a whim if they have it in their deck. Like it's I've heard this term a lot. Well, at least today, after so many people saw this card in my brother's deck. This card is Yu-Gi-Oh! Cancer. This is what they refer to this card as. But yeah, that just about wraps things up. Got some pretty cool cards. Yeah, I got the Dark Magician. Yeah, I have my Monster Reborns. Got Buster Blader, Cyber Dragon Nova, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, Cyber Twin Dragon, and Polymerization. Yeah, so as always, please, Chaos, control that like button as hard as you can. And I will see you all in the next video. Please have a very nice day. Duel on, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!